Have you ever scraped your knee, got a kitchen cut or a splinter, or grabbed the wrong end of a hot pan? Minor injuries happen, but knowing what to do and acting quickly will definitely affect how long it takes to heal up. First aid doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to be a medical pro to know what to do in an emergency. What you do need to do is be prepared, be calm, and act quickly. Acting quickly helps prevent small injuries from becoming big problems later. Let's walk through some of the most common at-home injuries. First up, cuts and scrapes. The very first thing you're going to do is wash your hands with soap and water, always. Then rinse that wound out with straight water. Do not use that peroxide. I know you're running for it, but actually that cauterizes the wound and makes it worse. You're killing the tissue. Apply some gentle pressure to that bleeding. It should stop bleeding relatively soon unless you have an underlying medical condition. Apply an antibiotic ointment to that open wound. Then cover your wound with a Band-Aid. Change it daily, or if it gets dirty or wet. Burns. Now, minor burns, not ones that are on the face. That's considered a medical emergency. Go to the ER for that. If it's covering the majority of the torso, also ER for that. But little burns that are just minor on the hands or on the leg, manage that at home. First thing, the burns like touching a hot pan or a curling iron, here's what you need to do. First, rinse it under cool water for about 10 to 15 months. It will help cool that burn down. Skip the butter and the toothpaste. They both trap in heat. You don't want to do that. That's just going to make your burn worse. Now, if you're not allergic, apply some aloe vera gel or a burn gel to the area. This will help the skin stay hydrated and start to rejuvenate. If a blister develops, do not pop that blister. Let it rest. It's doing its job. It's cooling the skin underneath and helping those skin cells grow. It's doing its job. If you've had burns to the face, the genital areas, the majority of your body, it's time to go to the ER. Do not try to manage those at home. Bumps and bruises. Ran into that coffee table again, right? I'm guilty all the time. So what's the best thing to do? My buddy, the cold pack. Get him out, put it on there for 10 to 15 minutes. Don't apply this directly to the skin. Make sure you place a towel between the cold pack and your skin. Elevate that bruise, get it up, and then rest the area. Watch it for changes. If the bruise initially had some discoloration, it may turn purple, and that's okay. What I mean watch for changes is, does it grow in the next 24 hours? Does it bump up and get hot? Those are signs that it's time to go to the ER. Well, let's talk about my splinter I got this weekend, refinishing floors. Wash that area, get it clean, because anything that's in there, it's going to sting like there's no tomorrow. Then get out your trusty tweezers after they've been sterilized. Using some alcohol will definitely sterilize those for you. Then gently attempt to pull your splinter out the direction that it went in. Check to make sure that you've gotten all of your splinter out. Monitor daily to make sure that it's not red, hot, or starting to streak around the edges. Again, wash, clean, and apply some ointment. It'll help it heal a little bit faster. Pro tip, how to build a really super simple first aid kit. Yes, you could easily build your own first aid kit at home. So let's talk about some of the things that would be in that first aid kit. Band-Aids of various sizes. Get the ones that are colorful. Have some fun. Antiseptic wipes, the tweezers, the instant cold pack, the kind that just break open, antibiotic ointment, gauze or medical tape, some pain relievers like Tylenol or ibuprofen, or even aspirin for those people that are having heart attack symptoms. And then some gloves. Remember, accidents happen. With a little preparedness and a well-stocked first aid kit, you'll be able to handle most minor injuries at home. Teach your kids how to do it. Now that's next level parenting. If you found this video to be helpful, save it and share it. And follow for more real-world help tips. Because when you're prepared, you don't panic.